Rondo, I finna slam dunk. Get big on you fake pumps. That pump ain't no fake pump. Bitch fell for the pump fake. Got him talking like first take. Get it right on the first take. Hit the hole in the first.
Yeah, man, we got a new face in the building right now, man.
We really do. Yeah, what's happening? I'm new to the show. What's going on?
Yeah, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
It's
Tell
your
people
boy.
who you is.
Y'all already know. Y'all, man, what's up? Well, I ain't gonna say y'all, but most of y'all folks know what's going on. It's your boy. You feel me, Willie Nesta. And right now I'm going by the dummy boy, and I'm gonna tell y'all why in a second. But yeah, I'm locked there having to sit down with Slim. You feel me? So just stay tuned.
Nah, we got to start with that. What's up with the dummy boy?
All right. So basically, the dummy boy. For a lot of people know that I do music. You feel me? Type shit. And that's what finna drop a little EP type shit. It's gonna be called the Dummy Boy EP. And basically, what that stems from is just like just being young and being an adolescent and shit. You got there, you gonna do dumb shit. You feel me? Like, so it was just like I learned from all my dumb shit that I done though. So in actuality, I got smart from being a dummy. You feel me? So it was like, and then throughout this tape, I'm just expressing all the dumb shit that I had to go through, or not really all of it, but as much as I can within that time frame that I allotted myself. You feel me? So it was kind of like, and I wanted to make sure that I capture like even my flaws, like even the shit that I may have done to offend somebody. You feel me? So it was kind of like I didn't want to just make it seem like I was just this perfect person and I was the one that was always like I was the victim all the time. You feel me? Like hell nah, I probably victimized some people my goddamn self. You feel me? So
how old are you?
25.
25, okay.
Yeah.
Were you a bad kid growing up? Because
I
I don't really take you as like somebody that was a bad kid. You look like you probably was like kind of weird, but everybody fucked with you.
Nah, I think I was more so like, all right, in middle school I was a class clown. Like I was a class clown. I was a little badass. I cut up a lot in middle school, but when I got to high school.
Where you from and what school you went to?
I'm from Augusta.
Okay.
Augusta. I went to like every fucking school down this motherfucker for real though. But
why?
Just moving around a lot. And a lot of the moving came from struggling though for real, cause growing up, motherfuckers ain't really have a lot. You feel me? But the little shit that we did cherish and shit like that. Like I ain't finna make it seem like I had the worst story ever. You feel me? Like hell nah, I know it's somebody that got away.
Oh
with
nah.
You feel me?
This is your story. I just told somebody recently because somebody that was on my show was telling their story and they was like, oh, they was trying to sound like a thug. And I was like, nah, you don't get to take that out of somebody telling their story. All you get to do is listen.
If that's them though. Like if that's them, but if that ain't you, you feel me? Then it's kind of like, man, don't try to make that part of your story if that ain't you, fool. Like that's why I don't do too much of like gangster rap. Like all my music is very colorful, it's very artistic. Even down to this EP that I'm dropping, Dummy Boy EP. The shit is just so artful and so cinematic. Like it's just even sometimes because I be listening to the track list and it took me a long time. Like it took me like a year to really get this idea like together and say, okay, this is the idea that I want to rock with. Because like I was telling you before we got on camera, I had to go relearn myself. I had to go recreate my sound and all kind of shit. So in the midst of that, I found this groove that I got, and it's like, okay, this is where I'm gonna go with it. I know my story. It's not hard telling my story. You feel me? Because it's my story. I've been through this shit. You feel me? So just put that bitch on the tape and really just expressing myself on this motherfucker and really being vulnerable, or like showing a lot of vulnerability in this motherfucker. Expressing like my biggest concern though in my music is mental health, because I feel like that's the most challenging thing with the human, our mind. You feel me? And how we think and the way we think and how we react to things. What's
some of the challenges you battle mentally?
Man, I've been a mental, and I'm gonna be honest. I've been dealing with mental health for like ever since I was in like 6th grade, 7th grade, like diagnosed with this shit, like counseling, hospitalized, all that shit. I don't really did that shit. You feel me? Like, and I tell anybody when it comes to mental health, you don't want to just like diagnose it just because you feel in a certain way a second. Like everybody get stressed, everybody get anxious, everybody get sad. You're human. You feel me? So just because you have these human emotions, that don't mean that you something wrong with you. You feel me? It got to be chronic. Like it got to be like frequent, like very frequent for this to be like, okay, now it's a problem. And then it becomes like, I feel like it becomes more of a problem when it's not like, when you can't even explain it. And that's where a lot of my mishaps came from, dealing with mental health. Like I didn't know how to explain how I felt.
Was it depression?
Yeah. It was a lot of depression for real though. it was a lot of depression because it was just like as a kid, like you said, I really felt like I was weird. Like I really felt like that. Like, I ain't even gonna count.
Yeah, I can pick that up.
You know, it was just that like how I grew up. Like that's how I grew up. I grew up not having a lot, and everybody that I was around, like you couldn't tell, even if they wasn't having, you couldn't tell though. You feel me? Type shit. So it was kind of like I just looked at my peers and was like, damn, I wish I was having like damn.
You feel like you was by yourself with it.
Yeah, you feel me? Because I mean, it wasn't there for me to make friends because I'm a, you know what I'm saying, I'm a people's person. You feel me? Type shit. But when it came to like self-realization as a kid, like I had that shit early and I didn't even know that I had like that kind of intellectual ability. Like I didn't know that shit. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I was still looking at it like, damn, something different around me. Like even within my friends, something different. And it was just, and I realized as I got older, it was just because, you know, I came from the struggle. And not to knock nobody else and say nobody else or none of my friends that come from the struggle. I just came from a different struggle than they did. You feel me?
Yeah, everybody's story different.
To where I couldn't dress it up and make it look like I was having. Like, nah, I'm shit hard out here for real. You feel me? So,
yeah.
But that's another thing that caused mental health too. Like just realizing your circumstances and not really comparing yourself to others, but you know, that's something that I do strive for. That's something that I do want. That's something that I do wish I had. You know, and when you address shit like that, you got to make sure that you're not addressing it in an envious way or a jealous way. Like, damn, I'm mad they got it.
Bro, I want to ask you, what did you mean in the song "No Competition" when you said you don't want to make nobody cry, but this is your story? Like, who were you talking about?
Man, because it'd be like this is why I say from the first impression, yeah. Some people think I'm a like criminal. Because you know, they look at me, I got dreads, face tats, and they don't know that my face tats got a meaning and shit like that. It's just like no weird shit, ain't no shit. I ain't ever been in prison, I ain't ever been in jail, you feel me? And by the grace of God, I'm very thankful for that, you feel me? Because that's very hard being a young black man and avoiding all that shit, you feel me? But
yeah, for sure.
Man, I was just being like, when you growing up, bro, like when you growing up and everybody telling you like you gifted, right? Everybody telling you like you fired this. And I was rapping early. Like even before I started rapping, motherfuckers thought I was gonna be like some kind of like public speaker or some shit. You feel me? Type shit. Just because I was very good with my words and I love to read, love to write type shit, but I hated math or whatever. But everybody was just telling me like, man, you got a story. And every time you talk, it's like, man, that shit is just, it moves me. Like, and that's just with anybody, man. Like I'm only 25. I'm only 25, and I done motivated so many people that were older than me. You know what I'm saying? So many people that were older than me that I was motivated by, and I think that I thought that I was learning from. It was motherfuckers, they were learning from me, and that'd be the best thing to me. You feel me? Because when you have people older than you, they got way more experience in life and way more wisdom than you. And them motherfuckers come to you and they be like, man, you taught me this, man. I learned this from you. It's like, damn, bro, I'm only 25 and you ain't learned this yet, man. Well,
yeah.
I'm glad I could do that for you. You feel me?
Like we said though, everybody walk is different. How you feel about being 25 though? Like, do you still feel young or you feel like you getting old? Because I turned 33 in like 2 days and I'm feeling old.
Man, it weird the fuck being 25 though. I ain't gonna cap. Because bro, I was working the job. I was working the job and one of my young boys, he was working with me. Motherfucker might have fucked around and called me You feel me? And I was like, bro, come on, bro. Like, I'm only 25, bro. I ain't you feel me?
Yeah.
But then you get around the old head and they be like, man, you don't know shit. You too young. He be like, damn, I know something, fool. You feel me? I ain't old.
That's the weird thing about that age between 25 and 35.
He's like, nah, I ain't but I ain't no baby either. You know what I'm saying? It's like, stop there. But
because you ain't old enough to be nobody uncle for real unless they a baby.
I mean, I got nieces and nephews, but that because my brother was crazy at a fucking early
But
age.
they little kids though, right?
Yeah.
So you can't be like no teenagers,
Hell no. That shit. I mean, I can if God allowed, but I wouldn't. It wouldn't look
not
right.
Yet though.
Hell no.
Unless it was some takeoff and
something
and Quavo type situation.
Something. Hell yeah, them folk would have been with me. Them folk would have been with me. I would have been still trying to goddamn raise them as kids. Hell no, I'm talking to you like my best friend now. At that time, like hell no.
What's the story though? Let's start from the beginning. You said you came from the struggle. You switched schools a lot.
Yeah.
Where did music come at?
Music for me, like. Been around music, my mama always was playing old school music and shit like that. So that's another part of why my music is like, I guess, so emotional, or I'm expressing a lot of emotions, because that's where I grew up around. just from my mom to my grandma, my auntie, my uncles, you know what I'm saying? Everybody. They just playing like very subjective music or whatever. And like I said, I started out writing poetry, writing books. I got a book that was published in the 3rd grade, you feel me? And fucked around and my cousin Dizzle, shout out to my nigga Dirty D. We were just fucking around one day. And I guess he was always in the music like before me type shit, you feel me? Like he was always trying to figure out how to construct a rhyme and shit like that. So one day we was in his computer room at the time. They had this big ass computer with the fat ass back on it.
Yeah.
And then he went to YouTube and I was writing a poem to a beat because at the time my favorite rapper was Wale. You feel me? That was my favorite rapper. Before I got hit to Drake, but that was my favorite rapper at the time. You know, he used to do that poetry shit before he go into a song or after the song. So I was like, man, I can't really rap. I don't really got no rhythm to rap. You feel me? Type shit. So I guess I just got the. Let me just see if I can put this poem on a beat. So I started saying it out loud. And he was like, bro, you might well rap it. And I was like, shit, how I do that? You feel me? He just like, bro, just add a melody to it, like add some bop to that bit. And I don't know, something just clicked in me ever since that day. Like it really clicked in me. Like, man, you could do this shit. Like it was like it was already instilled in me though, for real. Like to do this shit. Cause I was already, like I said, I was already gifted with words. People was already interested in what I got to say. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, they was always interested in whatever the fuck I got to say. Because they knew that, like, I'm not an asshole person. Like, I ain't an asshole person. I'm going to try to give, when I speak to you or when we having a conversation, I'm going to try to give you the most validated advice I can. You feel me? Like, I ain't trying to steer you wrong.
What was that first poem about?
The first poem that I actually turned into a song, and man, my family go crazy over this shit too. It was called, I think it was called Devils in the Basement or some shit. And that was another, man, I was young as fuck. I was young as fuck, man.
Yeah,
what's
that about?
I was like 12, bro, and man, going through all that shit that I felt personally. And as a kid, it probably was really nothing that I should even be stressing about, but I was still stressing about it, you know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of shit that I just couldn't control as a kid, and I felt like, you know, my family was like kind of like the black sheep of the bigger family of all of us, you know what I'm saying, type shit. So having feeling like I'm being treated a certain way for whatever reason, that caused me a lot of trauma, and that made me feel like, you know, I was fighting demons way before motherfuckers was even using that as a slogan, and it was cool. Like, I was really doing that shit and not knowing that I could have got rich if I would have coined it then type shit. But
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about that shit, but it was just like, I can't remember exactly how it was, but I just knew that the title was very dark and descriptive, and it was like very mysterious. And that's my thing when it comes to music too, though, or when it comes to, you know, expressing myself. I'm going to give you something, I'm going to title this bitch something that's going to catch your attention. Like right now, I got my 3 favorite songs right now. I ain't going to say my 3 favorite songs, but the songs that I like a lot on my EP is, I'm going to give one. My favorite one that I like is called When I Was Dreaming. Just by the title, because motherfuckers, the EP already called Dummy Boy. So it's like, damn, what is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? And I ran through a lot of names, going through a lot of shit, trying to figure out which one I wanted. And this is what I came upon or whatever. But when I was making the song, it was like, I was like dead ass, like, the song is about me just seeing all this shit in my dreams, seeing myself at my highest point in my dream. Like, I've been seeing this shit since I was a kid, been seeing myself on stages, been seeing myself rocking the stage and just doing a mic like this, and I ain't gotta say shit. The crowd just going crazy. Like, that always been
all the words.
That always been my dream. Even before I even knew that it was music, I knew that I was gonna be on a big ass stage and just for whatever reason, right? And it was like, damn, I had a hard time really trying to name that bitch, but then it's a line in this bitch that go like, I used to see this shit when I was dreaming. I tried to tell them they believe me, and it's some more shit, but I don't want to spoil too much of it because I want people to really anticipate this shit for me and with me too, though. You feel me? Because it's some shit that took me a long time to really have the confidence to do, because I had a lot of people back away from me, and a lot of people, you know, just steered me the wrong way, just because they knew, okay, Nesta is very talented, or Nesta very creative, right? Because I don't just do music. I don't just, write songs. I'm creative as fuck. That's what I do. I love to draw. I love to dress. I love to make clothes. You feel me? That's what I do. And just that shit, motherfuckers seen that shit and they're like, oh, you can model. So boom, now I know how to model. Now I done model before. You feel me? So it's just like I know how to do a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. And you gotta watch who. You gotta watch who that's tangible to. Like you gotta really watch who you allow to direct your path and your gift and your talent, because most motherfuckers just want what's best for them or whatever they could get out of it, regardless of how it's affecting you or regardless of what kind of situation it's putting you in. They don't give a fuck about that. As long as I ain't gonna say everybody, but just like there's a lot of good people out here, there also is a lot of bad people that want to fuck you over too. So when you're making a decision I'm gonna tell anybody before I even get asked the question. As an artist, you just want to watch who you surround yourself around, because that's another thing that's gonna cause you a lot of mental health. That's another thing that's gonna cause you a lot of fucking discouragement, because you're gonna have so many people trying to direct you on what to do and how to do something that they've never done.
They ain't never tried to chase their dreams
like
in their life.
They've never tried to do it. Like even if they tried their dream, it wasn't this dream, that it wasn't this path that I'm on. It ain't, motherfuckers ain't never tried to be no goddamn, I don't know nobody in my circle, and this is not knock nobody, but I don't know nobody in my circle that has ever tried to be no music artist. Yeah. Like, I don't know nobody. You feel me? Like, not no hip-hop artist.
Have they at least tried to chase their dream, though, before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I say it's certain things that
because it's funny you say that, because me in my circle, not many people have chased their dreams. They've done what they thought would be beneficial for them and their family, but they never was brave enough to take that risk, so they don't understand like what you go through when you take that risk.
See, now in that light, now I have had it is some people in my circle that they had a dream. You feel me? And for whatever reason, they just chose a different route. So now I guess they want. I guess in that fear that they had from chasing their dream and taking their leap, they're gonna try to
I know what it is though. It's just
put that on you. Like okay, I was scared.
It's hard. It's hard to look at somebody like, let's say, network security doing IT, making $80,000 a year, and being like, man, I really want to paint pictures, but $80,000, I can't turn that shit down. But see, somebody like us, because we're in the creative space, we look at that like, yeah, $80,000 sound cool, but let me see what this music shit talking about.
Because I could make a 2-minute song. Yeah. And that 2-minute song make me 80 million. Yeah. So for sure. Like, you gotta weigh your pros against your cons, man. You go, hey, I'm betting on myself every time. Like, I ain't gonna say I had a lot of jobs, but I got a job at a very young age. And by the way of my grandparents and my uncles and shit, they was always making sure that, a motherfucker knew how to, do manly shit, right? Yeah. Have a job, cut grass and all that shit. So even when I didn't have a job, my grandparents always had me in the yard cutting grass, raking leaves, cutting trees, all that shit. You feel me? So it's kind of like, I understand like when motherfuckers be like, man, I had to confide with life. Life was getting to me. I couldn't really chase my shit, you feel me? Because I had so much on me. But it was like, okay, that I feel like that mother, you let something take your belief from yourself. Like, whatever it was that was inspiring you, you should have kept that in you. You should have kept that in you.
You ever been discouraged on this journey with music?
Hell yeah. Man, hell yeah. That's why.
Because I know that song I was just talking about earlier. That,
No Competition?
Yeah, you came out with that, what, a year or two ago?
Yep. I think like 20.
You ain't really dropped nothing until like this year, right?
Now, I dropped after that, but I deleted that shit. I took it right back off the net.
Why though? And why so long?
Discouragement.
Gap?
Discouragement. I was very discouraged. By this time, I'm dropping the song, at this point in my life, around the time I was when I dropped that, No Competition. Man, if you listen to that song, you could just see how fucked up my mental was and just like all the shit. And if you could hear it, you could hear it in my voice. Like, motherfuckers really going through real pain, and I wanted that song to sound just like that. I didn't want that song to sound no other way, because I want all my songs to sound like that. Just because when I do make music or when I do get behind a microphone that is recording my vocals and me telling my story, I'm gonna make that bitch as like emotional as possible because I want people to feel my pain and not only feel my pain, but feel my pain and get motivated by it. But because you gonna see a lot of motherfuckers, you gonna hear about a lot of motherfuckers that go through life and they let it beat them up. How often do you hear about a motherfucker that's getting beat the fuck up, but keep getting up? Mm-hmm. Keep getting up. Not only is this motherfucker keep getting up, this nigga winning a little bit more every time he getting up versus the motherfucker that just gave up and never even tried to win one time. It's kind of like, all right, whatever. So, but I think like anytime you are like a creative or you are an entrepreneur, right? Not just a creative person. Let's just say you want to own your own business. You're going to always get discouraged. Mm-hmm. You can always just get discouraged just because, like I said, it's motherfuckers that you care about and whose opinion. No matter how much you say, I don't care what nobody say. It's some motherfuckers out here that can influence your decision making. You know what I'm saying? Just because you care about them that much, type shit. You feel me? So is it like, if you just got something that you want to do that ain't never been done, that's outside of the normal, you just got to keep believing in you. And that's all I did. You know, I got discouraged a lot. I even wanted to stop making music, you feel me, type shit. I wanted to stop doing a lot of shit, but I just didn't because I still had that belief in me. I'm going to call it belief. I don't really know what it is, you feel me, but I'm going to just call it belief. I'm going to call it faith. I had faith in me, and I just never let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Even when I wanted to give up, when I got discouraged, it was just like, man, something was just like, man, this shit, this shit in you, fool. It ain't nothing else that you love doing more than this, more than, you know, having a chance to express what you've been through and having the next motherfucker be like, damn, I related to that motherfucker, man. You just changed my whole outlook on this shit. Now I look at this shit completely different. Mm-hmm. Now I look at it in a whole better way. You feel me? Especially when motherfuckers get to talking to me and they know my songs and they be like, well, what you meant by this? And I love when a motherfucker do that shit. Like, I love when people be like, what you said? And I can explain it because I love explaining my music. You feel me? Like, even with no competition, man, the hook, I've been battling myself in competition with myself, trying to be better than myself. I ain't worried about the next nigga because I know I'm up next. I got my foot on all their necks. You feel me? It's just like that whole shit. At that time, I was really battling myself, and I was realizing this whole time in my whole entire life, that's all it was. It was me battling myself because I'm not going to sit here and blame nobody else for the way that they made me feel. I'm not going to do that because I got a choice to feel a kind of way and acknowledge that feeling and sit in that feeling, or acknowledge that feeling and go the other way. You feel me? And I just so happened to go, I sat in that feelings and I let that shit hurt me. I made that choice to let whatever it was hurt me. You feel me? So it was just like,
what kind of situations were they though?
Shit, life situations for real. It was just, man, the same shit, man. Same shit, just struggling, just heartbreak, you know what I'm saying? And goddamn fucking people over that you probably shouldn't have fucked over and all that kind of shit. And
heartbreaks with women or family?
Man, women, family, man. It's just when you get hurt, every time you really get hurt, I feel like anytime somebody really hurt, bro, they get this feeling of where their heart just got snatched out their chest. Because I done felt that shit so much. You feel me? I know it got to be a universal feeling of hurt. You feel me? Like, you just feel like you just can't breathe in your heart. It really gone. That's how you know you're going through heartbreak to me. You feel me? And that's why on this Dummy Boy shit.
Bro, so let me ask you.
Go ahead.
Because you just said that. And I was having a conversation with an individual yesterday. And I was telling her, I was like, I don't think I ever been in love before. Because that explanation you just gave, I ain't never felt that before.
So like, I'm saying, though, I went...
So what do you think love is?
Boom, another topic. One of my other favorite songs on that motherfucker called Unconditional Love.
Okay.
I don't believe in unconditional love. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that. I don't believe that
I like to hear that. Keep going.
I don't believe that love is unconditional just because I'm not finna love a motherfucker a lot, and in return, them motherfuckers only love me a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, nah, hell nah. You gotta love me under the same conditions that I'm loving you, the same as much as love I got for you.
And are you gonna love somebody enough to the point where you willing to crash out and lose it all?
That's what I'm saying. Wrong? That's what I'm saying. That's a part of unconditional love. Like, if I say I love you unconditional, that means I'm willing to kill, steal, lie, and all the shit about you, regardless of how it affect me. Mm-hmm. Hell nah, bitch, I care about me. Hell nah, boy, I care about me, boy. I ain't got there now. Hell nah.
So, do you love anybody unconditionally?
My daughter. My daughter, now I'm willing to kill behind her. I'm willing to die behind her. I'm willing to lie behind her. Hell yeah, my daughter.
Okay.
For sure. That's my baby. I do anything for that girl, man. Like, but then if I die, who gonna be her daddy?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know,
difficult.
man.
It's a difficult situation.
It's a hard situation, man. But I don't know if I die for nobody. Because if I die, who gonna be Nesta? You feel me? To them, to this person, who's gonna be Nesta? Nobody. So it's kind of like, you gotta think about yourself too. You ain't gonna have Nesta no more. So like, what you wanna do? You want me here or you want me gone?
Yeah, the unconditional part gets, man,
that shit
it's tricky.
Man, that shit get political, especially with me, cause it conditions. It's conditions because I'm not finna, especially if you if you fucking me over, you think I'm still finna love you 100%? You think I'm still finna trust you 100%? You think I'm still finna give you 100% of me? Hell no. You just fucked me over, fool. Like, what I'm gonna do? I'm not no dummy. I'm not no dummy. And I done been on both sides of the field, you feel me? Like, where...
So what's love to you then?
Love is just like, to me, that shit is really just understanding the person and loving that person and wanting that person's presence and wanting to be around that person just because that person is that person. Okay. Not trying to get that person to change and no shit like that. Like, yeah, everybody need to change in some kind of way. For the better, though. You feel me? But don't try to change this person to be your kind of person. If you're interested in this person, if you love this person for them. Yeah. You feel me? Like, don't just love them for certain things. Because, again, that's conditional love. You don't love me for conditional things, certain things. You don't love me all the way through and through just because I'm me. You don't love me for that. You feel me? You love me for this, that, and that. It's a list that you love me by. It's not just, oh, I love you because you're you. It's a list of certain things that you love me by. That's conditional love. And it's like, nah. But I'm the biggest lover boy in my family, though. You feel me? Like, that was my... When I had dropped that song on TLC, that was a lot of people had coin for me, like, locally and in my family, though. A lot of people had coin, like, in 2018, they had coin that lover boy shit for me. I was getting called that shit so much, I went and got it tattooed on my neck, you feel me? Because I was like, man, I'm gonna push it. Because I'm an emo, you feel me? Like, I'm very empathetic, but I ain't no simp, though. You feel me? Like, man, I got in this song when I was dreaming.
You ain't never did no simp shit before, though?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what made me knew that I need to change. Yeah. I ain't finna be like this. I'm being a simp.
Tell me one story.
My first relationship, one of my first relationships, right? Mm-hmm. When, I'm green and fuck. You feel me? I got a girlfriend. I'm about like 14, 13 type shit. She got down, I think around Valentine's Day. I had went to Build-A-Bear type shit. And this around the time Build-A-Bear had just... Yeah. And this around the time Build-A-Bear had just started. So, them shit was like $90 type shit. And I'm like 14, you feel me? But I managed some way to get her fucking Build-A-Bear, a card, roses, and shit like that. Yeah. I think I made her slid like $40 in a card or some shit, you feel me? Fucked around it, after Valentine's Day. Or was it before? May have been after. It may have been after because that bear was long gone from my presence by the time. So the day after, I'm planning a movie date with him. You know what I'm saying? We had planned a movie date. So I get to the movie type shit and, you know what I'm saying? I walk across the street to Brewster's. And it's a car in the back that's smoky, you feel me, type shit. So me and my cousin, we were kind of green at the time, you feel me? We didn't really know about hot boxing, you feel me? We used to goddamn roll leaves. We used to roll grass and paper. Just because we thought that what people were smoking, you feel me? We kind of green, you feel me?
Yeah, you was a kid too.
Hell yeah, I was a kid, man. So we seen the smoke and we just started looking. And then her friend said, "Ooh, close the door." That's. And she called me by my real name. Yeah. And I was like, damn, I wonder who that is. So I'm texting. I'm like, yo, where you at? And they just get out the car and bolt type shit. I'm like, damn, fool. And then nigga get out, they just looking at me. I'm looking at them, I'm like, bro, I ain't really finna do that to you, cause you feel me? Yeah. I ain't got no beef with you, fool. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck she do. I just gave this bitch a Build-A-Bear. You feel me? This bitch tripping, fool. Like, that was there to have my allowance. And like I said, I was struggling, so I ain't really get allowance. So, yeah, you know what I mean? I was hustling. Yeah. I was hustling, fool. But, man.
Wasting $90.
90 plus 40, whatever. Yo, it was a whole lot of money. Roses, cards, candy. Woo. Man, come on, man.
You learned from it, though.
Nah, I had to get burnt 2 more times, 3 more times, 4 more times, 5 more times. Even 6 more times. I had to, you feel me?
Yeah.
But I learned my lesson now, though. Yeah. Now, Yeah, you gotta be a special kind of person. You gotta be a real kind of special kind of person.
But really, it all boils down to just knowing how to pick them too, though, because a lot of people don't know how to pick them, and that's what life teaches you.
I don't know, bro. I be scared. Reason why? Because, and I'm guilty of it too. Like I'm saying, like I ain't no perfect person. You feel me? Motherfuckers good at like a false perception. Like motherfuckers good at like perceive, especially now because everybody want to be this thing. Everybody want to be like goals or some shit. So everybody pretending to be like this. First of all, woke individual when you first meet them. Everybody pretending to be.
Everybody want to be woke.
They're smart. Everybody is caught up on crypto. Everybody is caught up on trading. Everybody's caught up on whatever you're supposed to be caught up on right now. Everybody is on that.
Whatever's trending.
You know, all the healthy diets, all the alkaline diets. Everybody is doing that shit
Those
right
fake
now.
vegans be pissing me off too. Especially the fat ones.
Man, I fucking hate them. I fucking hate, like, I ain't gonna say I hate all vegans, bro, but it's just like.
The fat ones piss me off.
I fuck with everybody. I fuck with everybody, but I don't know. I just don't like the idea of just like, I don't know, the vision of humanity, whatever it is. Like, I don't even believe in religion. I'm very spiritual. I do believe in God. You feel me? I do believe in that. You feel me? I do believe there is one God, but I don't believe in Muslim. I don't believe in Christianity. I don't believe in Presbyterian Buddhism. Hell no. All that shit was made up to divide us when we're all one race of people, which is the human race. We just shades different. You feel me? Type shit. And we all came from this one being or whatever it is. And I like to tell people about this one being too, though. The motherfucker real. He real, man. He invisible. So you can't really see him. So that's why a lot of people don't really
So when it's a spirit?
It's I'm just gonna call it a force. Like it's just a invincible force. That is just, if that's what a spirit is, then yeah, that's I'll call it that then. But to me, man, it done been so many times where I done been in situations that I can't explain how I got out of. You feel me? Like, especially battling mental health, man. That's why my biggest goal is to like be a voice for a lot of people that deal with mental health. Cause I've been dealing with that shit all my life. You know what I'm saying? I know. I've been through that shit so much, man. The therapist might look at me. Every therapist I ever been through, they said, man, damn, you need to be a therapist. Because you know what I'm saying, I learn. You feel me? I don't just, when they give me these coping mechanisms, I actually learn from them and I actually apply them. And if it don't work, I don't do that shit. It don't work for me. I gotta find something that work for me. You feel me? I go through a lot mentally. I put a lot on myself. I'm a hard ass to myself. Just because if I don't be, ain't nobody else gonna be. You feel me? Like ain't nobody gonna go as hard as me for something that I want, for something that I created. Nobody's gonna go hard as me for it. I don't give a fuck how many people say, oh man, I believe in you. Like, yeah, your belief is actually giving myself belief too. But it started with myself too, though. I believe I could do this.
Bro, saying that, so okay, let me just ask you this straight up. The music scene in Augusta is kind of weird right now. It's
very
weird.
In
a weird place.
Very.
How do you stay motivated doing music when you ain't never really seen many people out of your city make it?
I'm different, knowing that I'm different. Like, I'm not out here trying to be something that I'm not. I don't care about making club music. I don't care about, this shit ain't about that shit. I'm going to get paid out this shit regardless because I'm very creative. I could do that shit with ease. But if I do a song like that, it's like a song that I'm selling. Yeah. It ain't a song that's going to go into my catalog. Hell no, because that ain't me. I won't even sound right, look right, portraying that shit because that ain't me. I don't feel comfortable portraying some shit that I'm not. Like, yeah, I'm from the streets. I done lived in the struggle. I done lived in many projects and all that shit. But every real street nigga that I ever met, that ever met me, motherfuckers knew off gate. They were like, damn, boy, you had talent that you could be different. You could make it out of here. You ain't got to be stuck in the trap. Like, you ain't got to do this shit, fool. You feel me? And they were telling me that shit. And that's what actually kept me doing music because I had a lot of people where I'm from, like, just motivate me to do something way different than what they doing. Instead of just being, because at the time, I was gullible. Like I said, I felt like an outcast. So whenever I felt like I could be reeled into a crowd, I'm going to go with that crowd. I was going to go with that crowd. And that's just me being vulnerable. And that's just me being honest with myself, too, though. I did used to like to be a part of the crowd just because of, you know, whatever personal and mental health issues that I was going through as a kid. And trying to go with the street crowd, and the street crowd push you away, not because you ain't street enough. Oh, you street enough for sure. Like, we know you solid. But that ain't you, fool. You got something. You got a gift. You feel me? We don't know our gift yet. And that ain't to say that we ain't got no gift. We just don't know it yet. And rather than you get caught up in that wave with us, we gonna have you focus on your own wave and you focus on this because this is you already. We already know this you type shit. So it's just be like that be my whole thing though. I mean I had a lot of that's why I have a lot of people do tell me like, bro, it'd be weird trying to read you. You feel me? Because you look like a street nigga, you look like you get active and shit like that, but when I actually talk to you, your conversation is different, your dialogue is different. It's like I know because I don't look like what I've been through because I done seen a lot of people that done been through the same shit, and the way that them folk went out, the way that them folk look, it was like, nah, I ain't going out like that. Like I can't go out like that. I gotta look at myself every day in the mirror, and I like to look good, and I like to just be clean. You feel me? I don't want to lose myself in no bullshit, especially not no shit that I know I got the opportunity to change though, for real. Like, man, like I said, I've been doing this shit for a long time and just within myself and building this shit, building my sound, building my craft and, building my whole image for real. Like it took me a lot of time. I had a lot of people be like, oh bro, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna take you here, I'm gonna take you there, I'm gonna take you to these label doors. And couple days later, I go meet with these same people, and they were like, "Damn, I was gonna take you, but you don't look like nothing I want to invest in." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Damn." And these was local doors. You know what I'm saying? These weren't big doors, bro. These was local doors. So when you have like local doors closing, they slamming the door in your face and knowing,
the quote unquote gatekeepers out here that ain't keeping shit.
That ain't really keeping nothing, but they just, they do got a little bit of leeway. They got more leeway than I had at
a couple opportunities locally.
You feel me? So it kind of like, okay, I see what's going on, but I'm not finna let that make me be that kind of person. I'm gonna always be who I am because that's the way my mama raised me. Individuality is important. Like you don't want to be like nobody else because you don't know why that person the way they that way. You don't know why. You feel me? You ain't never been through what they been through.
Correct.
You don't want to be nobody.
Bro,
else.
we talked about 2 songs off the EP now. Let's talk about one more. Just give us one more.
I got a song called Ring Around the Rosie. Man.
And what's that about?
Basically like the
because it seemed like every title you got a deeper meaning than what it actually is.
And that's my whole thing. Like that's why I said earlier, like whenever I'm making my music, I want to say the most subjective shit. I want to say shit that's gonna make people listen to what the fuck I'm saying. My beats are already gonna be crazy because I like good music. And I like good beats. And I like beats that, I like soulful beats. So it's always gonna be like an emotional beat or whatever, or a very cinematic beat. But to put the icing on the cake, I make sure that I polish that bitch with lyrics that are like fucking very subjective. And I'm not trying to hide who I am. I'm not trying to hide within my emotions. Like, and I'm not trying to be no perfect person. Like that's the whole thing. Motherfuckers be trying to, especially, man, I hate a lot of trap rappers. I do.
That?
Because they try to act like, most of them try to act like it's all just perfect. Like, it's perfect in the trap. Like, it ain't perfect in that motherfucker, fool. It ain't perfect in the trap, fool. That's why your folk dying, fool. Because it ain't perfect over there. So stop, projecting this idea to the masses and to the youth that, it's cool to do all this shit because it don't come with no real circumstances. Nah, that shit come with real circumstances. You know how many dope boys and how many street niggas wish they could goddamn get their homeboys back, who wish they could goddamn take this one little second of their life back just to, redo shit all over and take a different route. But you want to take the route that they going. You feel me? And you got people that's comfortable with projecting that shit and steering people the wrong way. I don't like that shit. Like, and then it's like, especially when you know people, like when you know certain people and then they just, like, I never put out the image like I'm tough or I'm hard. Like, that ain't me. Out for what? You feel me? But if you
it sound like you describing the internet like in the whole, because that's how the internet is. Everybody live a whole nother life then, and it's like, bro, I really know you.
Like, I know you, bro, and it's not a knock against you because it's art, right? It's entertainment, right?
Yeah.
But I have a problem when like you think when you actually try to instill that into your character, and I know you your whole life, and you try to instill it into your character just now at 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 40, 50, like. Nah, dude, don't do that, bro. And now you trying to get the younger people to follow you and do dumb shit too. Like, man, nah. Hell no. That's why I say my music, man.
Now it sounds like you describing gangbanging.
Hey, I got a problem with that too, though. But it ain't really. It's just that, you know, man, once my brother died, bro, I had a problem with everything. Like, I had a problem with everything because it was just, I seen a lot of.
What happened to your brother?
My brother got killed by his baby mama. You feel me? Type shit. And it was in a way of what I heard was the dude at the time, because him and his baby mama weren't together type shit. You feel me? I guess they was at odds around the time or whatever. And, you know, not to be too descriptive or whatever, but I guess, you know, they was at his being was at a party type shit, and she drunk. I guess she was drinking. She had been drinking, so she on the fuck shit. You feel me? And goddamn, her boyfriend at the time. You know what I'm saying? He beefing with my brother too, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they beefing, but they part of the same goddamn organization. You feel me? They part of the same street shit. You feel me? So goddamn. You know, the way that it went down, you wouldn't think that, you know, if we in the same if we in the same class, fool, like, you know, we in the same class, we signed up for this specific class, you know, regardless of, like, we knew that we were gonna meet people that we may not get along with, but we signed up to represent a specific class, right? And I give somebody on the other side something to harm you. Whether that may be a piece of knowledge, whether that may be an actual weapon or some shit. I committed treason or whatever, right?
Correct.
It's kind of like how you look at that whole class, like, what the fuck is this shit? Because if you're liable to do it, and it's been proven that somebody else has done it too, and it's been, you know what I'm saying, just like this shit is not all loyalty, and it's not all loyal. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't agree with that shit. Because if you're gonna do something, man, whatever that structure is, keep that structure solid and keep that foundation amongst each other and loyal. You feel me? Especially like over a female, fool. Like, I won't ever, I ain't gonna say never because I don't know what I do in the future or how I may feel, but right now my feelings are very strong about not ever, like, I won't ever get mad at a nigga for nothing about no female.
Hell no.
I can't. It's like I done did it before. That's how I say I knew I was a simp. I knew I was a simp because I done did shit like that before for sure. And I done DM'd a couple niggas for goddamn DMing, you know what I'm saying, somebody I was fucking with or whatever. And it's just like, man, I ain't.
Nah, you ain't never came to nobody as a man before, have you?
I have. I have, man. You know,
right, man. As long as you don't do it in the future, you cool.
Man, look, you know what's so crazy, bro? Because after I sent the message, bro, like, after
you felt lame as fuck, didn't you?
Man, I looked at my goddamn, I was standing at the phone, bro. I was like, bro, ain't no goddamn way you just did it, fool. Like, bro, you going out like a bitch right now. Like, I ain't even gonna, I call myself a bitch, fool, because I was like, I'm tripping.
You can't never come at another man as a man, bro. Once you find out, you gotta just keep it moving.
Man, Jay, what he say in the song? He said, somebody say they saw you. Yeah. But I don't want to hear that shit. Don't tell me. Keep that shit on the low. You hear me, G? I don't care. Yeah. I done did that shit. And it wasn't cool. I felt lame as fuck doing that shit. I felt like I told myself, I never do that shit. No, I ain't tripping no shit. I ain't tripping no net. I swear to God, you won't go there. Go ahead. I ain't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Them women create a lot of situations. They get you fucked up over.
Man, a woman.
Like that.
Women are powerful, right?
Yeah.
They very fucking powerful because a woman can fuck you up mentally just by the slightest shit. Like if it's we men, bro. So when we love a woman, man, we very, very vulnerable, and we may do some simp ass shit behind her, you know, just about her. And women will look at that simp shit that you did as some simp shit for real, and not as no, you know, okay, this is my man being vulnerable with me. This is my man, you know, showing me that he's willing to go this far, or he's willing to be this open with me, or whatever. And then look at that like, oh, no, this nigga tripping. And then how you looking at it like, damn, I'm tripping. And then you just be like, nah, I ain't got that. Y'all too powerful for me. That been my whole experience, though. Like, man, motherfucker try to play on my mind. And I know who I am, you feel me? So you even to play on my mind, you feel me? They're like, nah, them motherfuckers powerful, bro. I love them so much that I hate them because I even know how powerful they is.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I done felt weak to her. I done felt weak to her, man. It's like, You can't hate them because you can't live without them though. Like I can't live without women, fool. I can't do it. Fool.
Oh yeah, it's impossible.
Like that's why I say I'm glad, you know what I'm saying, by the grace of the higher power that I've never been down that road. In no way, because I know that I'm not built for that shit. I don't like being around niggas, fool. I don't. Yeah. Like, especially right now, boy. Hell nah, I'm very like alone right now. I'm very to myself right now. I ain't trying to do no extra hanging out. I ain't trying to do none of that shit. Like I'm focused right now. Like I'm really. Like you said, it was a long time when I hit you up a long time ago type shit. You feel me? And now I'm just not coming. So it's just like, man, I'm right now I'm grinding, fool. Like I'm doing whatever it takes just to get me to the next level. Cause I know if I don't get myself to the next level, I ain't gonna be a benefit to nobody that I ever even try to be attached to.
How you feeling this time around?
Very confident. Very confident. I feel like, man, nobody. And this is not no not to nobody, again, because I fuck with all the local artists fuck with me. You feel me? But like I said, I'm bet on myself every time, and I'm so confident that I would say that this EP will probably be, I know probably this EP gonna be the best EP to come out the city for real, and it's gonna be one that, you know, I'm gonna say that big gonna hit, man. Like that big gonna really hit because it's real music. It's real music. It ain't no shit that, you know, I don't want no motherfucker that gonna listen to this bit with the intentions of, you know, hearing some rah-rah shit, because that ain't what it is. And that what it ain't gonna ever be. Like, you ain't gonna never hear no rah-rah shit from me. Like, ever. You gonna always hear, like, some substantial shit. Like, you gonna always hear that. Like, because I'm trying to, I like to teach people. I like people to learn. I like to learn. I'm a learner. So, anytime I have the ability to, like, the time to express myself and my knowledge and, you know what I'm saying, my outlook on anything, that's what I'm gonna do. And that's by way of music, that's how I do it. You feel me? So, man, the songs that I have on this tape, and like I said, it was a lot of songs on that motherfucker that I went through that I was like, man, I want this on there, I want that on there, but it ain't really fitting what I'm going for right now. Regardless if it's my favorite right now, I gotta cut it because it ain't what I'm on right now. You feel me? And I had a lot of people be like, make a club song. Like, man, I just told y'all I'm not doing that. Like,
oh yeah, you strong on this club.
Man, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because a lot of people be like, man, you gotta make club song, you gotta make a happy song. But I'm not at no happy state in my life right now. I'm not having right now. I'm not happy. I'm not hanging out. I'm not vacationing. I'm not doing none of that shit. Bitch, I'm trying to make a decision in life to change my life. You feel me? Like, I ain't got time to be goddamn giving out this false narrative like I'm happy. Hell nah. I'm a very serious individual right now.
Yeah.
Like, I know how to joke and be, like, social, but to a certain time limit. I don't do it for too long. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, now I'm thinking about, oh, damn, I got to go study. Yeah. Now I got to go goddamn write a song, or I got to go get ready for this video shoot. Because, you know, I'm shooting a video Saturday, too, to that Unconditional Love. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for that video too. That video, that's gonna be one of the first songs that I drop off the EP. Where you shooting at? At the film office. At the film office in Augusta, and like 2 more other locations type shit. But man, if y'all want, y'all come down that bitch and just watch it and, you know, enjoy the scene and, you know, see me really become, like, be my high self and not really be afraid to be who I know I am, and just, I guess, be humble. I'm tired of being humble. I done been humbled a lot. I done, you know, helped a lot of people a lot in the sense that I feel. So it's just kind of like, I ain't really trying to do that no more. I'm trying to help myself. Just so when I do get to the point of, like, I've helped myself enough, I know that I can help somebody else. You feel me? Because you got to be selfish. Like, you got to be selfish if you want to be a benefit to anything, you have to get yourself right first. You have to.
Bro, tell the people, of course, where to find you at and when the EP come out. I ain't trying to rush you off the pod.
We good, man. You can goddamn, like I said, Willie Nesta. You can find me on YouTube. I ain't got too much music on that, but I could promise y'all, the EP right here, the Dummy Boy EP, this shit dropping August 23rd, 2023. That's my birthday, but it also got a deeper meaning to it too, and hopefully y'all understand the meaning of what that date means to me when y'all listen to it. I don't want to get too many spoilers. I don't want to goddamn, you feel me, give too much and y'all already know what it's about. I want people to anticipate it as much as I do and, you know, with me and for me type shit. But you can find me on YouTube at Willie Nesta. You type in Willie Nesta and you'll see my dreads. Instagram at Nappy Nesta, Twitter Nappy Nesta, Facebook Willie Nesta, TikTok just call me Nesta. You feel me? Like I said, I've been under construction, so you ain't gonna really see too much recent shit, but just give me a follow, just give me a subscribe. and watch what I do. You hear me? For sure.
But yeah, man, appreciate y'all for listening.
For sure.
We probably gonna have to do this again because I know it's more to the story.
Oh yeah, it's a lot more, man. And we scratched the surface. We did a good job scratching the surface. We did. So
next time we gonna dig a little deeper.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Appreciate y'all for listening. We out, man.
We gone.